introduce me correctly. I am the patron of the National Council of Elders. And that was not my first visit to the Deputy President's residence. If you recall, I think 2 years ago, or early last year, I led the National Council of Elders delegate to Deputy President's current home. I also led them to Mheshimiwa Kalonzo's residence. I also went to Mheshimiwa Mudavadi's residence. So this is not the first time.
But Captain, you will understand why this is eliciting political discussion. It is 37 days to the polls.
I'm coming to that one. Let me put it correctly. I led a delegation of Kiambu County elders. And to answer your question straight, these elders wanted to see the Deputy President on one issue, and one issue only. They have seen the altercation between the President and his deputy, and they got worried. They said, take us to the Deputy President. First of all, we want to know what it is that causes this altercation. And secondly, we want to ask him, what will happen to President Kenyatta in case he wins the August polls? So that was basically why we went there.
So this was a request by elders of Kiambu
to meet the
Deputy President. Yes. And you took them to Deputy President.
And I took them there.
Fair enough. And why would a section of elders, particularly from Kiambu, led by the county chairman Joroge Minaya, disapprove your visit, saying it was a personal visit to Deputy President?
Well, first of all, let me clarify. My delegation to the Deputy President comprised of 1,200 elders. That's on record. That other, what shall I call it, sprinter group, they called a meeting on the same day to sabotage that meeting. And their meeting was attended by 105 elders only. And I must point out, and I have said this before, I have said it on national TV, that group follows the old officials of this kiama, the former chairman, Patrick Muigai, and the previous Secretary General, Patrick Muiru Kamunguna. They forged a certificate. Once they were voted out by the elders, they forged a certificate. And this matter was reported to the CID, to the DCI, who investigated the matter and took a report to the DPP. The DPP ordered for these people to be arrested and prosecuted. Muigai and Muiru Kamunguna. And this file went back to the DCI, but they were not arrested. So we went to see the DCI, Mr. George Kinoti. And Mr. George Kinoti told us he had received a telephone call from State House instructing him not to prosecute these people. So these people operate with a fake, forged certificate.
But Captain, when they accuse you of court, it is very open that there is a section of the Kiambu men that saw it fit to go to Karen, but it is not from the leadership of Kiambu or Muranga. It is not us who sent the group to Karen.
Who can send 1,200 elders? Who? I've told you I'm the patron. And they came to me. They wanted to meet the Deputy President. That person who is talking like that had a group of 100 people. So how can 100 people allow 1,200 people to go anywhere? And elders are not led. All right? You don't lead elders. Yeah? You guide them. And I have told you, the people who lead that group themselves forged. See, I have given you their names. You can follow up with the DPP. They use forged certificate of registration. So I will not sit here and answer them. But I don't think they are of any consequence. Please save me that.
All right. Captain, as we move from that, one last quote. They say we have agreed that no matter what they take from Karen, they still must come back together. We support Azimio la Umoja. You say you took 1,200 elders to Karen. Was the politics of 2022 or the talk of it discussed in that meeting, Captain?
It was. It was.
And was there an agreement?
This is a political season.
Absolutely.
And as you would expect, there will be divisions. And people cannot all agree. But when we visited the deputy president, that issue definitely came up. And it came up because of the following. Can I go back a little bit about the history between the president
Absolutely.
and the deputy president? In 2012, when President Kenyatta decided to run for president, of course you remember there were other people who also wanted to run for president. So he started trying to persuade people to support him. Eugene Wamarwa, Kalonzo Musyoka, Musalia Mudavadi, and they all refused. They told him, we are also running. DP Ruto was also running, but he also approached him. And DP Ruto said, let me go and consult my people. Since I support you in 202, they are insisting that you should support me this time round. But after consulting his elders, he came back and said, I will support you. And those elders, we met them. They're called the Miot elders. We met them. And they told us, we will support your son on condition that he will go for 10 years and he will support our son for 10 years. So that was an agreement. And in fact, His Excellency the President announced that in public. Yangu10, yake10. Have you ever heard that? You have never heard that?
I have.
You are a hypocrite.
Captain, I have, yes. The President is on record saying that.
He's on record saying that. So, the elders, I've told you I'm the patron of the National Council of